Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're new. I'm racheysims, and today I'm showing you how to use the new Adventure Awaits expansion pack to send your student Sims on field trips. That's right, we're taking our Sim students out of the classroom and into the world for a day of learning and fun. I'll be showing you 5 creative field trip ideas you can use in your own gameplay. Let's jump in. Our first field trip destination is the zoo. This is one of those field trips that everybody goes on. So I definitely wanted to incorporate this into our field trips that we're going to go on today. So at this field trip destination, we'll be playing with Peyton, and let's take a look at all the activities I have scheduled. So if I click here, I will open the getaway schedule. And so for the roles, I have our students, I have a chaperone, I have a teacher, and then I have 2 park workers. And that is all the Sims I have right now. If you scroll down here, you can see for this particular lot, it's a residential lot, and we can only have 12 Sims, and that's because there are a total of 8 Sims already in this household. So that is why it doesn't have that usual 20 Sims. So just be aware of that, guys, if you are using a residential lot. Now, for a zoo, I picked a residential lot because I can have the zoo animals in the residential lot, and those will be the animals that we're gonna interact with today at the zoo. So I have 3 different time slots set up. So for the first time slot, the Sims will mostly be playing with the pets. And so for the students, they will be attending lectures, looking through the telescope at the animals. They will be looking at the artwork at the zoo and then playing with the pets, which will be the zoo animals. Our chaperones will basically just be staying near their children and then caring and mentoring children. And then the teacher will be caring for and mentoring children. And then the park workers will be running lectures, caring for the animals, caring for the pets, cleaning and fixing any objects. And then for 11 o'clock, I just had that for the main activity, view art, and then eating lunch as well. And then for the afternoon 2 o'clock one, it will be attending lectures will be their main activities, and most of the other activities that everybody does will basically be the same. Now let's get into some our zoo field trip. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. This is so fun. All right, so it's about 8 o'clock. I have called all the getaway Sims over here. So everybody should be coming forward, hopefully. And these are our park workers. Here they are getting back into their uniform, hopefully. There he goes, and hopefully she comes back. Yeah, there she goes in her uniform. But it is 8 o'clock now, so the Sims should be autonomously starting to play with the pets and doing some of the other items here. And here's Peyton, and looks like she has come to interact with some of our zoo animals here. So here we have Morris. That's so cute. And then this is Air, and they are he's an otter, I guess, and then he is a real panda. And I just downloaded these from the gallery. But they should just autonomously be interacting with the zoo animals, because in Sim Zoo you can pet dangerous animals, unlike in real life zoos. And then here comes Peyton's mom. So she should be hopefully staying near her daughter most of the time as well. And then here's another one of our Sims 2 coming to interact with the animals as well. And then I think he's gonna go look at some more animals through the telescope. Here we can see one of our fellow classmates just looking through the telescope at the animals. So I think that's so fun. It just makes it seem more realistic to me. And there's another student doing the same thing. Oh, here we have one interacting with a tiger. So that's fun. And there's some poop here, so hopefully a park worker comes and cleans that up. And I think Peyton's going to talk to one of the pandas, so that'll be cool. And there's a little baby panda sleeping. Oh, how cute. But yeah, they will just autonomously go and interact with the different animals. So this enclosure right here, I just have the pandas in here. I'm kind of giving you guys a little short, brief tour. Over here, we just have a pond with some fish and a lovely little waterfall. And then this is where the tigers are over here in this sanctuary right here, or enclosure. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, the tigers are here in this enclosure here. And here is the tiger enclosure, and she's just playing with sand. I guess that's what you do in a tiger enclosure. While this other Sims interacting with that tiger. And here's this little ice tiger playing with some of the toys here. And then the last area where I have pets is this, and here we have our like goat and sheep area over here. All right, so it's lunchtime, and we don't have enough Sims to have anybody like tend this. I could have her do it, or I can control one of the park workers and have her do it. So I'm just gonna serve a buffet. So this is a mod, and if I click here, I can serve lunch. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and then all the people in the field trip can go ahead and get some food. So now I'm gonna have her call all the getaway Sims here, and then she can grab some lunch from the buffet. And let me have her mom grab some food too. I don't know why her mom left. So we'll see if the Sims will start just autonomously grabbing food or not. Hopefully they do. All right, and the Sims aren't eating, so let me also try to have them eat as their activity and see if they just autonomously will grab some food. All right. The only thing with this is sometimes they will just constantly eat. So I kind of don't like to have that as the main activity. But yeah, let's see if they will do that. Oh, look at the little swans over here too. I love this zoo. This zoo is such a good job. RGeetect did amazing job on this zoo. Okay, so she's in the gift shop area, just looking at the items, just browsing. So the cash register is just for decor purposes. This does not work with the small business or retail pack. But they could just come here and you can say, "Oh, I bought something from here." You know, just making some memories with your Sims. All right, it's 2 o'clock, so they should start autonomously attending lectures. For the lectures that I have enabled pet training. I thought that would be really great to have at a zoo, as well as veterinarian. Those are 2 skills I thought would be perfect for your Sims to learn when they come and visit the zoo. So that could be, they come to the zoo and they decide, oh, I want to be a veterinarian, or oh, I want to train my pet to be like a champion, world class champion dog or cat or whatever. So those are some ideas for you guys that you can incorporate into your gameplay. All right, let's call everybody over to the classroom area. So hopefully one of these park workers will start teaching a class. All right, and here goes our person about to teach a class. Perfect. So this is great if you guys don't have Sim Control Hub. And honestly, my Sim Control Hub is not working right now. So I'm gonna have her go ahead and let's see some Sims here so they can pay attention to this. Let's have all the students and the teacher sit so they can learn more about the zoo animals. So I'm just going to click on her, and then I'm going to click on listen to pet training lecture. That's what she's speaking about. Look, everybody is sitting down and listening to the lecture and learning more about the zoo animals. So this is perfect. I love this. All right, I should have put out more benches. Oh well. All right, looks like they got the hint and sat over there and are listening. I love this. So this is what could spark your Sim's interest in becoming a veterinarian or just love of animals in general. And it's 5 o'clock, and so our day at the zoo is over. So here we are at field trip destination number 2. We are at the museum. So I'm really excited to show you guys this. When you play with the museum community lot in the normal game, it's not very fun to me anyway. I feel like the Sims aren't really looking at the art. They're just kind of sitting around talking. So hopefully this will improve upon it and they can view some artwork and learn some things as well. So we'll be playing with another sim in our household, McKenna, and she's a teenager. I thought this would be a little more fun with a high school student. So let's go ahead and look at that schedule. So for our roles, we have students, we have staff, we have teachers, we have some visitors, and then we have a barista as well. And so for our main activity, we'll be viewing art at 8 o'clock. So the students will be viewing art, being friendly, and attending lectures. The staff will be viewing art and running lectures. The teacher will be viewing art, mentoring, and then attending lectures. And then the visitors will be eating, playing on playground equipment, viewing art, and attending lectures. And the barista will be tending the coffee bar, cleaning, and then fixing objects. And this is mostly what we'll be doing most of the day. And the afternoon I've added that they will eat here as well as the other activities we already have. And then for 2 o'clock, we will be mostly attending lectures. So that is our schedule. So let's go ahead and get into some gameplay with this. All right, it's already 8 o'clock, and so you'll see different Sims going ahead and looking at the artwork, looking at the ancient relics. So this I love this lot, y'all. I will be sure to list all the lots that we visit in this video today. And then this is CC, of course, with some dinosaurs. This lot is amazing, y'all. But yeah, as you can see, our students are all standing around looking at the different artwork. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Love that. Love to see that. And let's see what McKenna's doing. McKenna's over here in this section too, looking at the prehistoric relics as well. Oh, and here's one of our staff autonomously giving a lecture, so which makes sense, right? We're in a museum full of ancient archaeology relics and stuff like that, so it makes perfect sense. And it is working. So the staff at the museum autonomously went here and started giving a lecture, and now we have people coming and sitting and joining the lecture. This is what you do at museums. They usually have like videos or speakers and stuff like that. So I love that they're doing that, and they can learn something new at the museum. All right, so now it looks like she is gonna go view some artwork. And this museum also has artwork here as well too. So you can add that too on the board. You don't just have to have archaeology. You can teach that too at that board. All right, guys, so it's 11 o'clock. So they can still be viewing art, but it is lunchtime, so I'm gonna have them go to the cafe area. So I don't know where the barista is, but that's all right. So for this, I have this little menu over here where you can order pizza from this sign, and this is a mod by Ravishing. If you click here, order pizza, you can order any of these in-game pizzas. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna have her order a couple pizzas for everybody to eat. Let's order a pepperoni pizza, and then I also want to have her order, we'll do a Canadian bacon pizza as well. So those will be in her inventory. You see that right here. So I'm just gonna put these down at the tables. And then if we click here, we can call to meal and eat, and all her classmates will just have call to meal and eat. This museum is so cool, guys. So here we have some Sims just looking around at our little gift shop. I love this. It's so cute. So now we should have some Sims start to come down and eat some of this pizza that we have out. And her teacher is sitting with her. That's a little weird. Here, why don't we go over here? All the other people are sitting down and eating pizza as well. But yeah, it's starting to look a little more lively now. People are eating, so that's good. So I think I like this better than the buffet, just because it's easier to call the Sims meals and just have them eat. And then they can go do something else after. Here's a little outside area too as well. This is really nice. Is that her boyfriend? Her boyfriend's sitting with some other woman. And she's just looking at him. I really do hope someone mods it so that you can buy items at custom venues. I would really love to see that. This feature is really nice. This call getaway Sims here. It just makes everybody just automatically come to one area of the lot. So they should be attending lectures now. So let's see if the Sim will autonomously start lecturing again or not. But it's all right if she doesn't, because we already attended a lecture and we know that works. But yeah, the other Sims are just standing here looking at the fossils, the ancient artifacts. And the staff is here as well. So she's probably just, you know, explaining different things to them about the dinosaurs and all that. So he is giving a lecture on logic. Okay, so we can go ahead and listen to that. So I have enabled archaeology, logic, Salvadorian culture, and I think that's all the items that I have enabled. And there we see the Sims sitting down again, listening to a lecture. It's just a great way to get some skills gained. That kind of makes more sense, you know. If you don't have enough seating, they will sit on the floor. So you want to make sure you have plenty of seating for about like 20 Sims in these classroom areas. But if we look at her, she is gaining the logic skills, so that's great. Let me have her get off the floor. She could sit here and and listen to the lecture. All right, so it's like after 5 o'clock. So I must have accidentally, and y'all, sometimes I forget to make these getaways one day so it ends at the right time. Oh, here it is ending. I don't know why it took so long to come up. All right, so it came up a little late. I don't know why, but oh well. So we will cancel and end the getaway. And you see here, we earned a bonus trait as well. So here we are at our next field trip destination, which is the aquarium, and we are in Solani for it, of course, because that is the perfect spot for an aquarium. So let me take you inside to see what that schedule looks like and spend a day with one of our sim students as they visit the aquarium on a field trip. So we're inside already. Field trip has already started, and this is another great field trip lot destination. I love it. And we already have several Sims gather around looking at the beautiful fish. So this is just gorgeous, guys. I love this. It looks so great. It's so realistic. So she's just wandering around. Let me go ahead as she's chatting with her fellow students. Let's look at our schedule. All right, so for our roles, we have our students, we have a teacher, we have our visitors, we have the Aquarius, which is the staff that works at an aquarium. That's what they're called. I Googled it and everything. And then we have our barista. It looks familiar. You might have seen him in the last field trip destination. But it's very similar to a museum. So the students are basically going to be viewing arts. They're going to be friendly, and then they will be attending lectures. The teacher will be caring and mentoring children. The visitors will be viewing art and being friendly, and the Aquarius will be being friendly, running lectures, and then the barista will be attending that area as well. We'll see if he actually does it unlike the last time. And then for our schedule, so for 8 o'clock, we'll be viewing art. 11 o'clock, I've added in that they will be eating food as well, but they'll mostly be viewing art. And then at 2 o'clock, they will be attending lectures. So as you can see by the theme, I kind of have each field trip structured the same way. It just makes it easier, especially when you're doing multiple field trips like I am. All right, she gained a sentiment with one of her students. Oh, that's great. With one of the students here. Don't you guys love these aquarium posters too? They're really cool. But yeah, so they're just wandering around looking at the posters. Um, and they get to view the aquarium too. Let's have her view this one. This is one that you can actually view. The one over here you can't. But yeah, let me have her view this. And here's the Aquarius just talking to one of the other students and explaining everything. Oh, I love this. All right, so it's 11 o'clock. I forgot to cheat her needs. Let me cheat her energy up so she doesn't take a nap. But it's 11 o'clock, so let's go get some lunch. All right, so I controlled the sim. I'm gonna have her serve the buffet, and I'm not sure if this will work. So I'm gonna click here and also hire a staff, hire a caterer too to see if they'll be able to make food. I don't know if there's a fridge in here. So I'm not sure if this will work or not. So we'll see. But they can grab food from the buffet too. So I'm gonna make her bring all the sims up here. Let's call all getaway sims here. All right, well, here's a sim autonomously grabbing food from the buffet. I love to see that. All right, looks like she grabs herself a plate, and another one of the students did as well, so that's great. And so is our teacher. I'm not sure why it's working so much better this time around. Maybe it's the placement of it. I'm not sure, but they're autonomously grabbing the buffet food more this time. And then I also added a refrigerator here because I want to see if the chef would cook. So looks like they are, so that's good. So you might want to do this too because the staff, at least this guy, maybe I should have chose a different person, but the staff really isn't tending the coffee bar like they should. And I think the kids are looking at the posters. So they're just standing here deciding what they want to eat. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. She's getting herself another plate. She's hungry. And this is what I mean. Like, the eating is overpowering. I was like, are you gonna sit here with this random dude you don't know, girl? I don't know where she's going. Talking to this kid. At least the cafeteria is looking a little more busy this time. The buffet is gone already. I think I actually put out some other food out too for other people to eat since the chef is like actually cooking things now, which is great. I can call other people to this meal and eat. And oh, it's like 2:30. So let me check in and see if we can get a lecture going too as well. All right, so it is lecture time, and I'm gonna have the Aquarius just do lectures. So let me change that real quick. And let's have her call everybody down to the lecture room. All right, so I've called everybody down here, so hopefully they come. And let's see if our Aquarius will talk about fishing. I figured that was the perfect skill to talk about at an aquarium. That's the only skill I picked for this, but let me know guys if there's something else like a different topic for this board that you think would work great down here. And if she doesn't start autonomously teaching, we can always control her too and have her teach. All right, this lady is not doing anything, so let me control her because it's 4 o'clock. All right, and we got our Sims sitting down, listening to their lecture. And she's gaining some skills, so that's great. And she actually reached fishing level 2, so that's awesome. And she reached mental level 6 as well. So I love this. It's another great way for your sim children, some students to learn some skills outside of the classroom. And like I said, make sure you have like 20 chairs if you're going to do this. Otherwise, they're going to sit on the floor. All right, so let me go ahead and end this field trip. No, I definitely made it for way too long. So I'm going to cancel and end the getaway. But I think this was definitely a super fun field trip idea. So here we are at our next field trip destination, and we are at the theater. So I'm very excited to show you guys what we are gonna do here. But this is one of those field trips that I know I went on. I saw plays, musicals, ballet, all kinds of different things at the theater when I was growing up. So I definitely want to incorporate this into today's field trip. So this is our schedule at our theater field trip. For our roles, we have students, and I picked high school students for this one. We have our teacher, we have our two dancers, and then we have other visitors that will be watching the performances as well. So for this particular field trip, they are going to be watching a ballet performance. So for that, I just have as the main activity watch live entertainment, and then the students, teacher, and visitors will all be watching that as well as being friendly with each other. And then for the dancers, I just have dance as their main thing that they will be doing. But we will actually be using some mods to do this ballet performance, and then the Sims will be watching a musician, and that's how they're actually going to be watching the live performance at the theater. So let me go in and show you the mods. So, in order to see a dance performance, you will have to use a mod for that. And if you don't play with mods, you can still come to the theater. You just maybe will have to have them maybe see the orchestra instead, or even a acting performance. They can do that as well. I did test that out because that was what I had originally thought that I wanted to do, originally planned to do. But with this particular stage, they would not stay on the stage to act out their performance. So I switched things up to going to the ballet. So if you click on here and teleport a sim, we have our dancers here and they are in their costumes. So I'm going to click here on Sadie. And then I also want to click here and make sure you guys pause it too as well. And click here to teleport Gordon. All right, so hopefully they start at the same times because sometimes they don't, but we can always do it again if they don't. So I'm gonna click on her and pose by pack. So this is an animation, but it is a it's an animation, but it's a pose. So it's pa the animation. So she will be the follow, and that will be um the ballerina sim is follow for the female ballerina. And then for the male, if you click on him, and we click here, we want him to do the lead. right, so here they go. They're doing their animations. That is great. And then I don't know why she hasn't started autonomously playing the violin yet, but we can help have her go, and she might be going back there now to start doing the violin finally. And then let's go ahead and have everybody else take a seat and watch the performance. So I'm just gonna use another mod, the steady seat mod, and just see. And so the teens are kind of over here. The adults can sit over here. So I will have all the adults sit down over here. And the teens can sit over here. But then they should start autonomously watching her. And of course, she's not the right direction. But she is playing the violin, so that's good. And then if we click on her, the violinist, we can watch the violinist. And this is just more of a fun field trip idea. They're really not going to learn anything. You could set up a classroom and do some skill building here as well during your field trip. So you can maybe do a meet and greet after with the dancers where they can talk about dance. You could do something like that maybe. We've seen that already in some of the other field trips, so I don't think that's necessary to do. And then your Sims will also come on stage and and do that too. So, but yeah, so this is fun. They're not really paying attention to the dancers at all because it's opposed more to the violinists. Those that are actually paying attention and watching. But I think it's still fun. It's still something, this could be the spark of your sim wanting to become a ballerina or another kind of dancer or actress or singer or play in an orchestra or something like that. So I think that's really fun. So here we are at our last field trip destination location, and we are visiting a historical village. So I thought this was a really great one for you to do. That's something I remember doing. This particular historical village is a medieval one, but you could visit any kind of one that you wanted to. You could do more of a frontier one, Wild West one. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. But let me show you how I have it set up. All right, so for the different roles, I have students, of course, and this time I picked child age students to go to this field trip. And then we have some historical actors, we have our teacher, and then we have visitors as well. And I did combine the chaperone and visitors just in one for simplicity. I added her father in for this one, and he will be just doing the same activities that the other visitors will be doing, but this is so you can just add them in here as well. And then, so for the different activities they'll be doing is for students, they'll be viewing art, doing archery, and caring for livestock. For the historical actors, they'll be tending the bar, because I thought that would be definitely something people did in medieval times was drink. So I figured they'd be tending a bar and serving some non-alcoholic beverages at the bar. But that's probably where most of the adults will be at, serving food and using the cauldron and doing woodworking. And then the teachers will be doing what they usually do, caring for and mentoring the children. I just have mentoring on this one, but I'll update that real quick. And then for visitors, I'll have that they'll be friendly, they will be eating food, they will be drinking bar drinks, and they will be viewing art. So those are the activities I had for the visitors to do. And this is basically the same for each of the time periods, except for I added in eating food for the students and the teacher in this time slot as well. So in the morning, the main activity will be doing archery. The afternoon, the main activity will be eating. And then after lunch, they will be viewing art as the main activity. So the field trip has started, and Peyton's just looking at some artwork right now. And we have some of the other kids in here doing the same thing, kind of looking around and just seeing how medieval people lived during that time frame. And then we have some people that have started doing archery. And then here is one of our historical actors. Looks like she's doing some woodworking over here. And our other visitors are just looking at the artwork. The kids are just loving coming over here and feeding the chickens and playing with them. They really love that. So cute. All right, I'm going to have her go ahead and do some archery. Let's see. I think it's all full up right now. The workers do not need to be doing archery. Do some work, y'all. Let me reset them. And then I'm stealing your archery. And there's our teacher mentoring one of the students in archery. Like he should be doing. You need to get out of the way before you get hit. So visiting a historical village is a great way too for the children to practice archery, because it's just not something you practice a lot. This actor, he needs to get to work. Here's one of our actors just reading a book. They are really not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Well, that's all right. Oh, here's one at the bar. Good job being at the bar and doing some work. I guess I could say he's teaching the kids archery. I don't think he's very good though. She's definitely not very good at archery yet either. It is helping her with her motor skills, so that's good. All right, so it is. Oh, good. She did gain a skill point, so she has reached level 2 in archery, so that's great. So it is 11 o'clock, so it is time to eat, and none of these people have cooked anything that I've seen. Anyway, let me take a look. Since the historical actors aren't cooking, I'm gonna have the dad, the chaperone, cook. So I do have the medieval cooking mod in, so I thought it would be fun for everybody to eat some medieval foods. So I'm gonna have them cook something basic. All right, I don't know why he went all the way over here to cook, but that's all right. So yeah, I'll let him do his cooking. Let's see what all the kids are doing. So they're playing with the chickens. They love these friggin' chickens, I swear. And she's still playing archery. And then she's still doing some woodworking. Our bartender has some patrons now, and they're enjoying some drinks. These workers are really slacking off, I swear. She's joining them for some drinks. All right, so it looks like he is finished with the meal. That looks pretty good. So I guess at least they'll eat, and I don't know why he's not sitting by his kid. I did have a mod where I could call certain people to eat, but I took it out. So I can't call them to eat. But it's nice to see the different people kind of wandering around, looking at the artwork, looking at the historical furniture and stuff like that. The kids playing with the archery, the people at the bar hanging out and chit-chatting and getting to know each other, as well as all the kids over here playing with the chickens and stuff. And you can add in more livestock too. We kind of did that with the zoo, so I didn't want to do too much of it. But you can add in horses. This particular lot has some horse stables. Yeah, here it is. So there's horse stables over here in this lot that you could use. But yeah, this is a fun little pack. This is a fun little field trip for your Sims to go on. And I love that the teacher is helping the students with their archery skill. And in this lot too, you could always add in like a classroom where they could give lectures on different things. I know I have the blacksmithing skill added on here. I don't think I have anybody doing that. But you could give a lecture on that. You could give a lecture on cooking, on medieval cooking. You know, you could do stuff like that too to add in some more gameplay in this particular field trip. The kids have definitely overfed the chickens too. I wish they would play with them more. Let me have her play, socialize, you know, instead of just feeding them. I'm surprised they're not just like talking to the chickens and stuff more. So you will have to do that, Tomsley. It seems like they're just Tomsley just feeding the chickens. But yeah, and this is fun too. Like if your sim, you know, doesn't have a chicken coop, doesn't live near a farm, that's something fun for them to do too. You can add in like a little pet and zoo over here too if you wanted to as well. All right, guys. So that is gonna be into my field trip. I think somebody is actually cooking too. Finally, this girl's cooking. Finally. Oh my gosh. I guess she didn't have a cooking skill point, but the one I gave a cooking skill point did not do any cooking. But yeah. So I am gonna call it a day. It's 5 o'clock. I think I had this field trip set to be a little bit longer, but we're gonna go ahead and end it early. All right, guys, so that's going to be a wrap on today's episode. Let me know down in the comments below if you liked any of these field trips, if you're going to be taking your Sims on any of these field trips that I showed you below, or if you have any other ideas of field trips that you can take your Sims on. I'd be definitely curious to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you liked it, please feel free to drop a like. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this, and also that hype button if you really love this video and want to get it out there to more people to see. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, bye.